Good morning. We're out here in the Lost Valley area. What I was hoping to find was very prolific daffodil bloom. This is about the right time of year in mid-March. We had a nice warm up in February, and that got the daffodils blooming a little early this year. And then we've had an extended cold spell here in March. 22 degrees now. We've had several nights in the single digits and quite a few days where it didn't even get up to freezing. So that's really affected the daffodils. We also had some wild hyacinth, purple hyacinth. It does get to be as large as what you would get in a nursery, but it's just as fragrant. That's starting to come up and bloom. I'm going to, I wanted to catch like areas where old homesteads were, cemeteries. Out here now, they've had so many years of spreading the daffodil bulbs that the blooms can cover entire hillsides, and it's beautiful. We're gonna not get that this year just because of the weather. Next year, maybe we'll get lucky. But I do want to go just past the beaver ponds where the Gocke Homestead site was. There's some yucca and forsythia. I want to see if the forsythia is in bloom because it's an early bloomer as well. Let's find out. They're just beginning to bloom. Our next warm-up is supposed to be in about 1 week, and this entire bush will be covered in yellow flowers. It's quite beautiful. The forsythia and the yucca are the front yard of the old Gocke Homestead. All right, so I'm just kind of poking around here in the woods looking for anything that remains of the old homestead. I don't expect to really find much. We've got some concrete kind of formed in a cylinder. Well, this one as well, you could tell that it was inside of some clay pipe. Probably not going to be much more. I don't think there's even any remains of the foundation, but I'll take a look around and see. Here's some more forsythia just beginning to bloom. And here, this is visible through all the bush, are bits of concrete and metal and a depression behind it. So my guess is this is the site of the home. Well, there's really not much of a point in carrying on. I'm not going to get what I was looking for out here today. That's how it goes. So I'm thinking I'm going to go to another park, Matson Hill. This would be good. It's generally muddy. The ground's frozen today, so a good day for the Matson Hill hike. This is a very popular park for mountain bikers, not so much hikers occasionally. There are two entrances. One on the Matson Hill Township side, which is kind of a nice woodsy, wild entrance. And then up off of Stubb Road and Highway F is probably the most used entrance to the park. There's a historic home there, which you could tour during certain hours, on weekends only, I believe. You know, I'll have to look up the details of the park. There's quite a few miles of trail in there, but now, off the top of my head, I'm not sure. Well, let's head out. You know, as I'm thinking about the Matson Hill hike, I realize I really need to plan that one out before I shoot a video there. I'm not all that familiar with the park, and I want to make sure I get the highlights. So I probably won't even make a video out of this short hike this morning, but just in case I decide there's enough there to do something with, I'll close this out and say I'll give it a shot next year. There are good years and bad years for flower blooms. That's just how it goes. And we just didn't catch a good one this year, but it's still great to be out. And if I do make a video out of this, I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.